Okay, this is kind of a really, secret among people who actually use this software. I know. Like, you have a system, but Davinci Resolve 17 is not actually working really smooth, but you don't want to really upgrade the system, but instead you want to actually squeeze the juice out of your system and run Davinci Resolve 17 really, really smooth. Okay, this is kind of a really, secret among people who actually use this software, and this has really helped me to actually use Davinci Resolve 17 inside my PC to do intense editing for clients without actually buying out a desktop processor, because I am actually a smart editor, because I only want to process high files when I'm color grading, not when I'm actually editing or sound mixing, which doesn't really require a high resolution display, or doesn't really require a high resolution image to be present every time when I am doing a sound editing or any kind of basic arrangement of clip. So let's see what is the secret. Okay, so many of the editors out there would actually tell you that, so the first thing that you have to do is go to this playback and go to this timeline proxy and change from off to quarter. That's the first thing that every editor actually does. And the next thing is to actually go for render cache and change to user or smart, which is kind of really cliche. Okay, most of the editors, what they don't tell you is you can actually have a third way to actually do this. So most of the editor doesn't actually tell you is the secret sauce of Davinci Resolve 17 or 15 or 16, which is the project settings. So if you go to the file and go to the project settings and go to master settings, you can actually see that there is an option of video monitoring, and here there is an option of video format. Okay, usually it will be at 1080, it will be at 1080 at 60 fps or 1080 at 30 fps, which is kind of having a really high bitrate video. So if you go and if you change the video format to any format on the top of the spectrum, the video file can be processed really fast. So what is this actually happening is that, as I said, every video editing software actually makes a rendering cache, and if the rendering cache is a high resolution image, then the system will have to actually process the high resolution image. So here what you're doing is you're making a render cache or a video cache or a video, a junk file which is having a really low resolution, so that you can actually scrub the video at the time of editing. But if you want to actually color grade, you can actually go and change the resolution to a higher resolution and change the color and color grade the footage with the highest resolution possible. But once you're editing or sound mixing, you don't actually need a higher resolution or a higher bitrate video. You just need to actually see the video and play it at a high playback speed. So this is the basic and the most important thing that you actually have to do inside Davinci Resolve 17 to actually speed up the process and cool down your computer to a really high extent. So I actually do my editing at 720 or maybe 180p, but around this portion of the spectrum, that is the top portion of the spectrum. So if you select anything which is at this portion, then the rendering speed would actually increase. The higher the option you select, the faster the render speed will be. NTSC will be giving you the highest rendering speed, and the playback would be really, really smooth. The next thing is the video bitrate. At default, it will be a 10-bit. Actually change to 8-bit so that the video format will be compressed and the playback would be really, really smooth. So once you actually save this thing here by clicking the save, one thing you have to actually do is close Davinci Resolve. Save it and restart it again. This will ensure that this whole settings is actually in this new project settings. So always remember to close the Davinci Resolve 17 and reopen it after you have done the whole project setting changes. which is really important. So this is a really short video. This is kind of really cream. This is kind of really sauce to any video editor who want to actually do a big project inside his normal laptop or any kind of editing software, but it's not actually happening because of the high resolution videos inside your projects. So hope you like this video. If you're subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, as always, like this video. And if you want to clarify anything, just comment in the comment section. And if you want me to make a separate video on any topic, comment in the comment section. See you on the next one, guys. Peace.